Hello friends, myself Smita Ghorpade, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, working in KTHM College, Nasik. Today's topic for discussion is Introduction to SQL and NoSQL databases. In this presentation, I am going to cover a brief history of database, popular SQL databases, introduction to NoSQL, when to use NoSQL databases, basic characteristics of NoSQL databases, and schemaless database model. First of all, we discuss what is database, what is DBMS system. Database is nothing but organized related collection of data. For example, we have an employee database. For employee database, we can store certain things like employees basic information, employee salary details, employees departmental information, organizational information, managerial information. So such a information could be stored collectively under one database. Now DBMS. DBMS is nothing but a software package for creation of such a databases, for maintenance and usage of such a databases. Databases are created to operate large quantities of information by inputting data, storing data, retrieving data, and managing that information. Here is a brief history for a database. This term was coined in 1970s. Later on, certain innovations happened with this era, and right now we are living in a digital era, and a popular databases are NoSQL databases. Now, relational databases or a RDBMS system. There are certain benefits of relational databases that are they are designed for all types of software systems. They support ACID properties. They have strong consistency, concurrency mechanism, and recovery system. It has certain mathematical backgrounds. It has certain structured query languages like PostgreSQL, MySQL, Oracle, and different. Lots of tools to use with this, that is reporting services, entity frameworks could be obtained by this RDBMS packages. Here are certain popular SQL databases: SQLite, SQL Server, SQL Azure, Oracle, PostgreSQL, MySQL, and many more. Now, RDBMS system, where it could be used and where it could not be used. Basically, relational databases are not built for distributed applications. Distributed applications means your data is distributed over different geographical places. In such a scenario, traditional RDBMS packages are not sufficient to handle and manage that data. There are certain limitations of a RDBMS system. These are, it is having expensive joins. As data is growing consistently, then it is difficult to handle that data. There could be certain impedance mismatch occurs with the databases. It is expensive because of a product cost, hardware and software maintenance. It has certain weaknesses like speed could be decreased as the data is growing. High availability of data is not always possible, and there is a partition tolerance problem with the traditional RDBMS system. So, in distributed applications, traditional RDBMS systems are not sufficient, so we need to switch towards the NoSQL databases. Current trends: we are living in a technological era. There are different terms are like IoT, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, automation, analytics, cyber security, where on every click a data is generated, and as data is growing, it is a challenge to handle that data in an efficient manner. So for that, there should be a strong databases are available at backend side. So popular database is a NoSQL database. Now what is NoSQL? A NoSQL database provides a mechanism for storage and retrieval of a data that employs less constrained consistency models than a traditional databases. There is no specific restriction for creation of a NoSQL databases. NoSQL is also referred as not only SQL. Here are certain characteristics of NoSQL databases. Certain things are avoided by NoSQL databases, that are a overhead of ACID transaction, complexity of a SQL query, then burden of inference schema design, DBA presence and transactions are avoided with the NoSQL databases. Now what actually NoSQL provides? They provides easy and frequent changes to databases. That's why we can say NoSQL databases are say as a dynamic databases. Fast development of application is possible. Large data volumes could be easily handled by a NoSQL databases. Here are some popular NoSQL databases are taken as an example, like MongoDB, Redis, SquashDB, Neo4j, HBase, Cassandra, RAG, Membase and many more. Now when to use NoSQL databases? When ACID properties are not really needed with your data, then we can use a NoSQL databases. For example, suppose we have a social networking site and we have a huge data collected on every day. So in that case, ACID properties doesn't matter or not much necessary. In that situation, we can use a NoSQL database. Means actually where you want to store a document type information, we can prefer NoSQL databases. Object to relational impedance could be used with the NoSQL databases. Data is obtained from distributed sources, then we can use a NoSQL databases, because as data is collected from heterogeneous sources, it is not in one particular structure and schema. In that scenario, we prefer NoSQL databases. For storing event details, we can use NoSQL databases. Then for temporal data also we can use NoSQL database. Temporal data means a data which is generated over a certain time interval. For example, share market data. Schema-less data model. If your data is required a flexible schema, there should not be a one common structure for data, then in that case we can use NoSQL databases. Then next, in polyglot persistence, this is one of the strongest feature of a NoSQL database. Data storage as per the nature of data, in that structure or in that scenario we can use NoSQL databases. When not to use NoSQL databases? There are certain situations where NoSQL databases are not supportive. In that case, we need traditional RDBMS system. For example, business critical data, where security consistency matters, then we can use traditional RDBMS package. Then financial data, or where a strict ACID properties are required, in that case we can use NoSQL databases. By seeing this particular figure, we can get a very clear idea why NoSQL databases are becoming more and more popular in market. Here are certain agencies which are currently using NoSQL databases. Google, LinkedIn, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix and many more agencies are currently having or using NoSQL databases. Now next term we are discussing here is a schema-less data model. Schema-less data model, database schema is a data structure of a database table in RDBMS. Every database table should have a fixed data structure known as a database schema. For example, MySQL. In MySQL, we have to create a relation. We have to define set of attributes. We have to give a set of constraints on that relation. Then there should be certain joining mechanism between that relations. So there is a one particular fixed schema is present for a NoSQL databases. but NoSQL databases are schemaless. Now what is schemaless? Schemaless means the database don't have fixed data structure. The best example we can say as a MongoDB. In MongoDB there is no MongoDB doesn't have one particular schema or a structure. In random way we can create a documents. Here for a relation the term is given as a collection. Collection is nothing but a table name or a relation name here. Relation name here. It has JSON style data storage, store form. You can change the data structure as you wish for every tuple. So MongoDB is a best example of a schemaless data. There is no particular creation style is present for a MongoDB databases. Now what is schemaless data model? There is no particular schema. There is no unused sales while there could be a different joining of the table which happens with the RDBMS system. There is no specific data type. What the data is given accordingly the data type is considered for respective attribute. Most of the considerations are done at application layer. We gather all items in an aggregate or a document basically. This diagram clearly shows what is schemaless data model. So in this lecture basically we discuss what is DBMS system, what is RDBMS, what is NoSQL, characteristics of NoSQL, and when to use NoSQL databases, and finally we discuss what is schemaless databases. So I hope this lecture will be beneficial for all of you. Thank you. Have a nice day.